Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music. You have Oliver with the mohawk, and you have Keith, the white shirt,
What?
white sweater, and then Randy. All right, people. We're here again and excited to present to you this week. We have a few topics.
Oh, thanks to the people then, the new subscribers. We see people subscribing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, definitely speaking. Yeah, much love and respect and thanks for the support. People, if you like what you're seeing, what we're doing here, just please continue to give us the thumbs up, hit that thumbs up button, comment whether good or bad, and subscribe so we can continue to provide quality content, even better content, because that motivates us to push forward. You understand? Yeah. So top of mind right now, not actually top of mind for me because, but it's kind of skeptical on whether we should have comment on this because it's kind of it's all over the place. It kind of flood the social space that we're in. You know, and let me just go ahead and say what it is first and then continue. So people, we're gonna talk about, if you haven't seen, we're gonna show you the video, but we are gonna speak about the rant, Buju Banton's rant or frustration with wearing mask. Right? As always, we're gonna try to present the many sides of it. But yeah, that's top of mind. And like I was saying before, I was kind of like, yeah, it's something to speak about initially. But when I saw that everyone jumped on it, I kind of wanted to be a little bit more exclusive and not touch the subject. Mm-hmm. But people, it's not about me. It's not about Oliver. It's not about Shea. It's about what you guys feel, what you all feel. And which is why if our audience wants to hear this, right, or want us to comment about this, we don't want you to feel like, you dropped the ball or we missed something that, we could have brought forth in a particular way or manner. So people, like I said again, Buju Banton's rant in frustration with wearing masks. We'll go into it, but before we go into it, I want to kick off a video, right? So for now, may I go share screen. So give me a second, let me set it up. I'm gonna see my screen, I'm gonna say, boy, I better keep him screen away, boy. But I'm gonna share my screen still. Right, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Which one of my screen I'm gonna see?
Both of them.
All right, I don't want that, so guess what? Stop.
Yeah, but command center. I put the screen up in front there like some hacker. Hack it to the White House.
Yeah, you see, this is what I want you to see. That now you can see what I show you?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Bring myself over here. So.
I see the Mojave screen now.
Right. Catalina Island, that's still enough, but.
Oh, big up yourself.
So yeah, people. This is the video I want to share. See?
Yeah. When someone said, you ask if everything all right, I tell the virgin, no, everything not all right, everything can't all right. Who want done this mass wearing bullshit in Jamaica? Who would fit dead over dead? Who not going to for us to live? With either you intellectual fools trying to tell us how to live our lives, you are so smart, we haven't found cure for cancer. We are both all out in a line and putting the Jamaican people in abject fear and driving us all to poverty. What have you done for all those who have laid off and made them business close early? Jamaican people need to wake up. I'm done with the fuck. Jamaican people need to wake up. And now we're no mask. A man of a mask not make for man. So hear this. And from September and January, we go to fuck with the people then. Free my people. Free my people. No.
All right. You can stop share now. So yes. The question is, I don't know who first want to tackle this. Oliver Sheehan. Yeah, but
I mean,
when you watched that and when you first saw that, what came to mind?
I mean, personally, like looking at his composure and his demeanor, right, in this instance, it's not the typical Buju, right? Yes, you see the frustration. I feel like there was a trigger, like literally something happened, right? That relates back to this whole situation. Could be a case where opportunities lost, maybe for a show or for some kind of event or something as it relates to Buju's brand, right? And he got just fed up, as we'd say, and frustrated, and took to social media in that what you call it, expression. It I mean, and there's a lot of things that he said where I don't think he's considering a lot of things, right? Because you can't just be like, who for dead. Like, no, me can't accept that. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like you saying, oh, me now wearing a condom, and if me fi catch AIDS and dead, then I'll just suck. You get what I'm saying? It's no different.
Especially coming from Buju Banton, where whole heap of people look up to as a
the man was said, rude boys don't be silly, robbers pan your willy. So, and even though it's a different thing, but
but it's comparable because you're being told to protect yourself because this thing is out there, this virus is out there. So it's almost like you saying, okay, AIDS is not a real thing. Even though people
used to say that though. In the beginning, people used to say AIDS is not a real thing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy because you're talking about intellectual fools and all of that stuff. I feel like that applied well when Bob Marley spoke that way. But this is unacceptable. You're talking about intellectual fools. These people are trying to save millions and billions of people. You know what I mean? A lot have died from it. Right?
Oliver, jump in on this interruption because we have a whole...
Yeah. Let me get in because we want to get through the topics. All right. So, I mean, there's multiple issues and layers to this thing, right? I'll start off first by saying, like you, I was also skeptical to do the topic because I think in the past we've had comments negatively whenever we have anything to say about Buju. But I'll start by saying this threw me off like shit and probably threw off a lot of people. I see people making jokes about it. They've made a lot of memes and some are funny. But this is the thing. I see Buju as a very intelligent person, right? That's been his career. Even when he first came out at the age of 18 or 17, you could tell his vocabulary and his intellect was above a lot of other people. His reasoning ability has always been there. So it struck me very strangely the way he approached this topic.
Yeah.
So it told me that some frustration leaked over. I think I don't study body languages, but if you look at it, it's not hard to see that he's frustrated. I don't know what his reason is for frustration, but let's pause there. We're all frustrated. We've all been impacted by this virus, right? Some people have lost jobs. I get it. He's an entertainer. He's not able to travel, make certain deals, but people have lost jobs and have lost lives. Right? We can't compare the pandemic in Jamaica to the pandemic in here or in Spain or in certain places in Europe where it was devastating, right? this whole idea that the pandemic is a conspiracy, right? I think we have to be careful nowadays. Everyone wants to be a conspiracy theorist, right? The issue is there are two different issues because I see people confusing the issues. Whether this was man-made or not, whether it was or not doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
The virus, it seems, definitely exists. People are dying. People have died. Whether they're spinning the numbers and increasing the numbers, that's another story. But what I want to focus on is there something out there? Are people dying? It seems that way, right? It's touched some of us closely. Yourself, Randy, on this panel, right?
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I've been fortunate. I've not had any close family or friends. Doesn't mean it does not exist. I know people who work in the hospital that are telling me what's going on. So now I'm gonna make it quick now. Back to Buju's comments. Who for dead I got dead? I was actually disappointed with that comment, especially coming from a Rasta man, because Rasta promote life. Rasta always promote life and liberty. So when they say people for dead, for go dead, what are we saying here? Would you say this of if your own kids were sick?
Yeah.
Right? Your own mom, your own dad, your own brother. Imagine the people who have lost someone that heard that, that are Buju fans. If that don't cut you deep, I know it would cut me deep. Then he went on to say these intellectual fools and this and that should cure cancer. So the fact that they haven't cured cancer mean they're ignorant. We have to be careful when we use words on group and use the same paintbrush to paint everybody.
Right.
Because he's talking about them, and everybody. Who? All the doctors came together? All the scientists? I mean, Mr. Vega said a thing, and I'm not of the belief to shut up and dribble.
So hold on then. Because I have a video we'll play for Mr. Vegas as well. But
Right.
before I'm going to do that video, because I want everybody to be familiar with it, I want to say this. Disappointment was the order of the day when I saw this. This clip with Buju. And another thing that came to mind, I was thinking to myself, something wrong. Somewhere I say, but honestly, I feel like where I see Buju fall apart in front of our eyes. And it's like, I kind of felt like,
Bad?
no,
Simple.
like the man where would have most think don't need no protection because he kind of have it all figured out and very strong and everything. Lion, cause everybody think the man a lion. It's like he need protection from us all of a sudden. You understand? So yeah, a lot of memes and all of them things are out there and warranted. But all of a sudden now it's like I'm feeling the feeling like maybe the budget that we're getting post his incarceration is not the same budget where we get to go in. That are just my feelings. But before we get deeper into that train of thought, let's let me see if I can pull up the video from Mr. Vegas first. We pull it up first and then hold on. All right. Start it from the beginning and share. Let me share now. We just gonna share the video this time, not the whole screen. All right, so you can see the video, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Blessed love people don't know this is Mr. Vegas, aka Sudi. Now, I want to share this reasoning with you against the better judgment of the people that I surround myself with. You know, my people, big them up. They wish that I will stay away from these topics and focus strictly on the music. And I know you as the fans, you wish, some of you wish I would just stick to the music. But that is the same thing like shut up and dribble. I just play ball, and nobody say nothing when it comes down to real issues. And I think after doing music for 21 years, I have evolved. I'm trying to grow. You understand? I don't want to stay stagnant because stagnation is not something that I really subscribe to. I believe everybody should try to evolve, So with that said, I want to talk about this issue of the whole coronavirus. You understand? Because of course, there must be a voice of reason, as I said before. See? And I want to be a voice of reason. I want to be able to have a contrast to what is out there. If it can help somebody, or if it can save somebody, or if it can enlighten somebody. Because of course, we're in a different era now where, it's not at the corner with it anymore. We are man reason and escape on the corner. No, we are reason on a social platform. Where this, reason right here, so right now, and this reach a China, this reach a Japan, this reach a Europe. You understand? So the things spread out now because we have internet and we have, social media and all of these things. So, we have to have a voice of reason, somebody we can have a contrast. If people have a different opinion and people get a different, view on the argument that is being presented. So the coronavirus thing, a lot of people believe that the thing is fake. A lot of people don't believe that coronavirus is real. Well, I do not have a problem with somebody believing that the virus is not real or the virus was, created by the government. But what I do think, I think that we should be more responsible when we're putting out certain verbiage. Because of course, we are influential people. Maybe not me, maybe some other people are influential people. And when they say things, you may subscribe to what they are saying, and that can harm you. You understand? Case in point, if you don't wear a mask, and something is really out there, you can also, affect other people. You not wearing a mask can impact other people's lives. And when you look into the hospitals, then you see the nurses, them overwhelmed, the doctors, them overwhelmed. You have some nurses and doctors who cannot even go home because they have to be in quarantine because they were exposed to whatever is out there. See? So I understand that they may be exaggerating the numbers and stuff and so forth and so on, but there is something out there. Just like how the Spanish flu was on the land, there is something out there. Just like how smallpox did come and kill off the Indian, the native people, and the African people. There is something out there. You understand? There is something out there why people with underlying issues are passing away. You understand? If a man have cancer and can't lick him down, you're not going to say, yo, a cancer kill him. If a man have cancer, see him drop down the stairs and lick him head and dead, you're not going to say the cancer kill him. You're going to say him jump off of the stairs. So some people may have underlying issues that, are passing away, predominantly the people with underlying issues. Maybe those are the people that are mostly being affected, but it's something there that is speeding up, the lifespan. You see? So we have to be very, careful what we put out there to the public. We have to be very careful. And this is not to point any finger at any one person. Yeah, because it's what about people out there think this thing. A lot of people think that they think fake. They go up the the president of America. Him think the thing really until he got the virus. He got the virus, but because he have the money and him have the doctors and the best doctors in the world to take care of him, he was out in 3 days. And you may watch that and say, yo, it's not real because the president catch it and not damn team and Boris Johnson catch it and not damn team. But these persons, they have the best doctors in the world to take care of them. You understand? Did you know that is some aborted fetus them use, do some test and that was used to take care of the president when the president got the virus. So you now get that cocktail there. Because you're not in that position to get that cocktail. So when we can't get that cocktail there, you have to do the simple things then. Like
yeah, I'm pause it because I don't know if we need to go further into this to get the all right. So I'm gonna stop here. But when I get the point away, myself.
Yeah.
Right. And might I note that he was very careful not to shade any particular person because he responsibly said there are a lot of people out there that feel the same way that Buju Banton, how Buju Banton feels. He never mentioned a name, but we just use name to just draw a comparison based off one other person's response to the same subject matter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So again, Vega says something. Oliver, you did have something you want to say in reference to that. You can follow up. You can do it brief in your own time, but the whole point of this again is, you know, there is a total different response from another artist who at one time would have put Buju above as far as his reasoning ability. Not, me not say Mr. Vegas are any small fires or chop liver. No, this we not discredit Mr. Vegas. But what you think? What's going on here?
I think.
I mean, for me, it definitely shows a contrast with somebody being responsible and tactful in what they're trying to say or express, versus another one being completely irresponsible in what they're saying, and like a loose cannon kind of vibe. And at the end of the day, and we see it happening in the US, where everybody with some kind of star power feels like they should take it upon themselves to go lead the nation.
Yes, that's the new.
You get what I'm saying?
That's the new ticket.
And they have zero experience in things of such, right? But because, okay, I have X million followers on my social media, I can go out there and preach to them at any point in time and tell them what to do and how to live. And I think that is very dangerous, right? Because case in point, when Trump talked about injecting bleach or whatever it was, people actually did it. So there are people out there, I might add, stupid enough to hear something like that and go do it. Not to think about it, saying that doesn't make any sense, right? Because not everybody are cognizant of what they're hearing. You get what I'm saying? So because you're a person of influence, you may say something and people will eat up what you say just because you are who you are. You get what I'm saying? So that is a big problem.
So just to add to what you're saying, Shane, I think that's where we are right now. But it's kind of always where Black people have been to a certain degree. And I'm not one to say, this is what I was actually going to say before, to say shut up and dribble. I don't believe in that. I think people can be multifaceted. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be one thing. And like Vegas, I do appreciate people who grow. But at the same time, we have to be careful. We have to listen to people who have proven themselves or who know what they're talking about.
I know what they're doing.
So we should listen to the scientists and the doctors, not an entertainer, right? Sometimes I find it strange that we tend to be one of the only group of people on this earth that are the people who are leading us are celebrities, are musicians or entertainers. And there's nothing wrong with that because they can be more than one thing. I'm just saying be careful of who we're selecting to lead us. The fact that they make good records, and this is not a shot at Buju. This is just in general. I think we have to look for our heroes and people in different places. Mm-hmm. I used to see parents say to kids, what you going to be? Entertainer? You're going to play basketball, football? But it's only recently I've realized it's not just the kids that we need to be careful of. It's the adults that are also maybe not trying to be those things, but those are who they listen to.
Yeah.
We have to be careful of that. Because a man makes some good song or a woman makes it does not mean you need to listen to her when it comes to life advice and life goals.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Piggyback off of that still. And yeah, man, we kind of grow to the level where I guess we shouldn't be placing blame, but if on a whole, the majority of role models that we're seeing coming out of the Black community are entertainers, are people that play sports and such. Pretty much, for the most part, these are the people that are actually allowed.
Yes, that's part of it.
Right.
Yes.
So again, can't blame people now when this is the role model being pushed it on them from every kind of media for one listener or follow that person. And that's why I always say out the music, the music powerful. And some people don't believe the music influence people, but I do.
It does.
Case in point, world renowned, probably the most famous Jamaican is that man in the picture right behind you, Oliver and Shane. Bob Marley. Probably the most famous, my opinion, probably the most famous
person ever
musician or artist or person of all time.
Yes, possible. Yes, you can argue this.
Yeah,
You can make an argument for that.
Everyone knows him.
Right.
Even
well,
if, for the most part, even when they don't speak English or whatever. So I'm saying that to say, Bob Marley left a great legacy, right? And a lot of us are trying to follow in his footsteps. But I'm sure in and after he was alive, there are people that had stuff to say to the negative about him as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me just say that to say, yo, you know what? Like me say, Buju don't need me to protect him. Buju a human being. Buju a big man still. I mean, you see me? Bob Marley was a human being too, but I mean, the life he led and the legacy he left, boy, you know, Mount Kilimanjaro, that Mount Everest maybe.
I just don't think you hear Bob Marley make a phrase like "Who for dead, for dead." Maybe it's there. It's a different era. He didn't have social media.
Yeah,
exactly. I was getting to that. Sorry, Shane. I was kind of getting to that because Vega said it, and I think he said it well. It's not like when you're on the street corner, you talk something loose with a friend, them, or out at the barber shop. And you talk anything reckless and you know, sometimes
doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you just and you expect it to stay there and maybe them forget it next week.
Mm-hmm.
In an era where everything is being recorded, and guess what? That little split second there, that little 15 second or whatever can totally change the trajectory
of your life or other people's lives.
Yeah. So I mean, let this be said. Many people think that what Buju said is true, and then you have many that think that he's out of his mind.
There are people who do support this. You know,
and just I mean, like as far as the part that you mentioned, where you know these are the role models that is pushed upon us by the media and whatever the case is. I mean, yes, while that may be true, and it's still relative, I can't agree to that kind of onus on those so-called leaders or people that you know the masses follow. It is like we're not children. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you have a like a 3-year-old and you tell them to go and do that. Or you know, you have a child and you're giving them instructions and they have to listen to you because you're the parent. These are grown people who make a choice to follow this person for whatever reason, right? While other people, like you said, seek and find somebody that have the experiences that I want to learn about and know about to make myself better, to follow those people.
The influences
you know what I'm saying?
Are different, and money is usually a very powerful factor. Yeah. And it so happened that in our community, the group of people that have money generally are entertainers, as for a large percentage of the people who do have money in our community. Yeah. However, the money should not be our only pivot.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I know people were going into other things, but as usual, if you tune into us, you know we do this ever so often. Money can't be your only pivot. And some people will hear me say that and say that's crazy. But if money is your only pivot, you're going to end up making a lot of bad decisions. You're going to be put in desperate situations, and because of money, you're going to pick the wrong thing. You shouldn't let money control you. I partly think that's one of the reasons we struggle sometimes to catch up with others, because we're not ready to put in the work and the foundation before the dollars.
My
Yeah.
So the foundation, we cut in shortcuts.
Yeah, me add though. We can't say that to the man who use the money. The fact that we're not used, this is a broad statement.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that majority of us come from a background where we're not used to money. It's like you can't tell a man say, yo, me aiming to be rich, cause honestly, me not gonna lie. From me I grew up, from me I youth, me I hear every man say, yo, more rich.
But I didn't say don't aim to be rich.
Yeah, it's just
no, I'm not saying that.
I'm
not saying that you're not saying that. That's what you're saying now. What I'm saying is, it is a significant influence on us as black people or people coming from I guess a lower class or whatever, for lack of a better term, than it would be on someone that grew up with money or grew up with that background or grew up with more knowledge.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So
correct, but that's why I'm saying what I'm saying now. The fact say you didn't grow up, sometimes you have to seek and find. And I'm not pretending like I have all the answers. I don't. I'm just saying money cannot be your only pivot, because you're going to eventually fail. Right? The more you concentrate on more money, is the less money flow to you. And I honestly believe that.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, that's why we keep taking the bag. Right? We don't want to wait to build our own. Because at the end, that's what's going to end up happening. Because money is always a pivot. So if someone comes to you and says, Shane, I'm going to give you $1 million, but you rocking with me. You got to sign to me.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know you've been building your own thing, and it's only making 100,000. If money is the only pivot, you run to the million. You'll never ever grow.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll forever ever never have business, because we always picking the money pivot.
Mm-hmm.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So watch this now. We segued into this money thing, right? I have a question to ask.
Yeah.
Don't feel no way if from ask the question, you know. Just ask the question. Are you suggesting then, since we bring up this money thing, that money might have something to do with why Buju reacted the way he did?
Like I said initially when I started, it came off to me as if this whole corona situation and the pandemic and the lockdown and the curfew, etc., made some kind of conflict, or probably caused the lost opportunities, was the word I used, or the phrase I used, that made him so frustrated and in the moment like upset.
I mean, there's several probably deals on the table.
So that's just my deduction of what I saw. I could be wrong, but I feel as if it could be something along those lines, where something got interrupted or benched or back burner because of the whole pandemic.
So I can't say if it is or not. I'm not in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell he's frustrated. I don't know if it's a money frustration. He just did some tours, but at the same time, he's been in jail, so maybe he feels like it's time to chase the bag. You know what I mean?
Make up for
lost time, right? Thank you. I don't know. I just wish everything works out. I'll tell the people personally, wear masks. I hope the people around me wear masks. I think when you wear a mask, it's not just about people, you getting the virus, because I think that's probably where it seemed like his angle was. It's also to protect other people from you.
Right.
So when you wear a mask, it says, I respect your life as much as you respect mine. Right. So if you say you're not wearing a mask, to me walking down the street, I'm like, look at this asshole, man. You know? So, I mean, to each his own.
So if you guys don't mind again, There's another video that has been floating around. You guys have probably seen it too. A very prominent and respectable person, Muta Baruka, is you know a dub poet and
another legacy of reggae.
Right, very influential person in the island of Jamaica, and probably worldwide as well. So we just did want to share. I mean, you guys, tell me when you know how we cut it, because I don't intend for this thing to be long-winded, but just to touch on different.
Yeah, it's kind of all right.
Yeah, just to touch on, just a little bit of reactions to, what our great Buju Banton has said. So I'm gonna share it right now, and just listen, and then we kind of cut it and say some more.
From the Spanish flow. Now we come to our levels and now, and we see the same things them where Jamaican people don't know that a whole heap of the things where they talk about wear your mask. People that wear masks in a them time they because of the spread. And it's true in a them time they say help. And not only that, there are other viruses that they take all of the world, pandemic that take over the world, that them show you about the mask thing, them show you about what them call physical this and that thing. And it worked. It worked. You understand? It never prevent you. When we say people are going to catch it. Yeah, but you see, the mask help to lessen the possibility of you getting it and then eventually dying. So nobody is saying that you can't get it if you don't have the mask. The chances of you getting it without the mask jump up sky high when you check it. So you know what I say now? We are telling the Jamaican people say, when you hear yourself to wear a mask and physical distance, it's not a conspiracy against the people. It's not planned against the people. It's not planned against the people.
It's crazy.
It's something that is here with me, and we need to figure out a way of lessening it. And one of the ways of lessening it is to wear a mask.
Simple.
That is what it is.
It's a simple request.
Anybody will tell you say, you must wear a mask. They must come off a thing where they must tell you say, boy, right now, you're going to inhale carbon dioxide, we're supposed to breathe out. Well, you know, you will have to say about that now. Because people are going to say they want to go against everything. You're in a plane until you put on your seatbelt. You will and put it on. It's mandatory for your seatbelt. I'm going to say that every week, I'm going to say it every week. It's mandatory for your seatbelt. Nobody don't like your seatbelt. But them put on the seatbelt. Helmet. All right. It's mandatory for your helmet, And if them catch you without the helmet, when them choose to, them stop you and prosecute you. We must understand that this thing is not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. This is something that happened in history already.
Mm-hmm. Let me cut it there. I mean, he had a lot more to share.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the great Muta Baruka. A lot more to share. But like I said, stark difference in how him approach the subject of wearing mask. And it might even seem like it's a rebuttal of what Buju Banton had to say because of timing, but I'm not sure of that.
I think it was necessary though, because of the magnitude of Buju's influence. I think it was necessary. The government even stepped in. It wasn't just them. The government also released a statement to wear their mask and to don't be distracted by influential people. So, look, I mean, I don't want to keep it.
On his side, even he had family members that mentioned wear your mask just to, so I kind of think again, like me say, Buju, we are talking about right just an frustration with wearing mask. I kind of think, something all is not well with Gargamel, with the Buju Banton, you know what I'm saying? So just seems frustration
Like
might
I
not be
said,
the
that
only.
is. It seems more than just being frustrated with wearing a mask. That's my feeling towards it,
Correct.
based on the demeanor and the aggression towards the whole situation.
Because a simple thing like a mask.
He just wearing a mask, and it's not like he's in a position where,
And he was selling masks.
right, and it's not like he's in a situation where he have to get up and go to a job every day where you have to have your mask on for the whole 8 hours plus traveling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look,
you get what I'm saying?
he made statements that they're pushing his people down a path where Black people are the only one dealing with this virus. Asians are. Hispanics, whites, everybody's dealing
But
with
this
virus.
did not originate in Jamaica, so
No, but
That
my
makes-
people, like, look, I don't want to go on too much because the people already feel like I have something against Buju Banton, and I don't. I've just seen some of these things before this, so I listen and watch what I see, not what people tell me to listen to or like, right? So anyway, I wish him and his family the best. I hope they keep safe. And I
Yeah,
wish Jamaica keeps safe and everybody out here in America. We have another wave again.
yeah.
Hopefully, all of my brother them will keep safe despite what's going on.
And just to close, I'm just gonna close it off with saying this. Buju was probably venting, speaking out loud. Probably not understand the social media thing to the fullest right now because
I say, yo, what a hawk.
obviously,
Yo.
I mean, and a lot of adults, people,
Yo, me not
elders,
understand the thing, so we get it.
yeah, them just to master this social media thing. And
But just not
all I can say is that, just to protect the artist, the people that are surrounding him, just be cognizant. And so I guess I'm just hoping that someone around him decides to manage him social media, manage him phone, and
Whereas somebody if you take away him phone and that
quite
Like
simply at that, me I say.
like Kanye.
Quite
I mean,
simply
and
at that.
funny,
me.
I just thought about it, and we lost Toots from this recently, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right.